you've watched yourself do it? Stay attached to someone who repeatedly hurts you, miss someone who made you feel small, feel more drawn to the person who's inconsistent with you than to the one who's always there. And no matter how many times you told yourself it makes no sense, the feeling didn't go away. It does make sense, just not in the way you'd expect. Here's exactly why. Reason 1. Inconsistent treatment is more addictive than consistent kindness. When someone treats you well all the time, your brain registers it and moves on. It becomes expected, normal, background noise. But when someone is warm one moment and cold the next, your brain doesn't move on. It locks in. This is called variable reward reinforcement, the same principle that makes gambling addictive. Your brain releases dopamine not just when something good happens, but when it happens unpredictably. The uncertainty itself becomes the drug. You're not chasing the person, you're chasing the next hit of warmth from someone who only gives it occasionally. That's not a choice, that's neurochemistry. Reason 2, your brain confuses intensity with depth. When a relationship cycles between pain, longing, and relief, your nervous system stays constantly activated. And a constantly activated nervous system feels significant, like this must be real, because nothing this intense could be meaningless. But intensity isn't depth. Anxiety isn't connection. The racing heart you feel waiting for someone to text back isn't love. It's your stress response being mislabeled. Reason 3. Childhood wiring runs deeper than adult logic. If you grew up in an environment where love had to be earned, or affection was unpredictable, your brain built a template, and that template quietly runs in the background of every relationship you form as an adult. You don't consciously choose people who replicate that dynamic. Your brain seeks them out because they feel familiar, and familiar, even when it's painful, feels like home. Psychologists call this repetition compulsion, the unconscious drive to recreate unresolved patterns in the hope of finally getting a different outcome. Reason 4, leaving feels like withdrawal, not relief. When you finally distance yourself from someone who treated you poorly, you expect to feel better, but often you feel worse because your brain became dependent on the cycle of pain and relief that person created. When the cycle stops, your dopamine crashes. You feel empty, restless, like something is missing. That feeling gets misread as love, as a reason to go back, but it isn't love. It's withdrawal. So tell me, has this ever made you stay somewhere you already knew you should leave?